Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
Well, it's been a pretty nice day.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's Sunday, so it's a holiday, but tomorrow I have my test, so I was studying a lot today.
Oh, yeah, what kind of test do you have tomorrow?
Actually, we have these Monday tests at school. So, like every Monday, we actually give a test of the entire division. We do an entire division of the entire week. So for that, I was studying.
Oh, wow. So it sounds like a pretty big test.
Yeah, it's just a 10 marks test.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you feel like you're prepared?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's great. So there's no reason to be nervous then.
Hmm.
What? Wow, like your English is already super good. Are you sure that I can help you?
Of course, there is no limit to learning.
That's very true. I like that attitude. There's no limit to learning, right? And it's really
Yes,
important to have motivation, to find motivation for why you want to learn a language or if you why you want to learn anything, right?
that's true.
Yeah, do you understand me okay? Am I speaking too
Yes, I
fast?
can. No, it's all right.
Awesome. So by the way, my name is Sean. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah,
And
my name is Adrija.
hi Adrija, where are you from?
I am from India. I'm basically from the east side of India. It's from a state known as West Bengal.
West Bengal? Okay, I've heard of West Bengal before. My best friend is from Pakistan, and he's got a lot of I think he has family in India too, and he speaks Hindi and Urdu, and we watch. He has me watch a lot of Bollywood movies. So a lot of them are in Hindi, and they're filmed all throughout India, and I'm always impressed by the movies because they're really well done. The actors are really really great, and like the music and the dancing and like all the colors, I'm like, wow, like these are the greatest movies.
Yeah, so do you know any name of Bollywood celebrities?
Like any of the celebrities,
Mm-hmm.
like Amir Khan, Shado Khan.
Hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's right.
And I don't know all their names. I would recognize some of their faces if I saw them, but not. I don't know all their names, unfortunately.
Well, that's great. You are, I think, the first person who I have talked to Cambly who watches Bollywood movies.
Really, I'm the first.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm honored to be the first.
Hmm.
Do you like Bollywood movies too?
Yes, of course. I love to watch movies. I don't really watch movies a lot. I'm not really watching movies a lot right now
Hmm,
because of my studies. I'm in class 9. But yes,
right.
I do love to watch movies.
That's awesome. The reason I asked if you like Bollywood movies too is sometimes just because something belongs to your own culture doesn't necessarily mean you like it. For example, a lot of Americans love sports, right? They love watching sports, not me so much. I like it sometimes, but not always, you know?
Mhm.
So that's why I asked. But I'm glad to hear that you like those too. I could talk about Bollywood movies all day. I've seen so many, but they're really long, but that's okay. And I think India is the only place that can make movies like that. Because if America tried to make a movie like that with a story, with the singing and the dancing in between, it might just feel kind of weird. Like we have musicals, of course, and they're really good. But like the whole purpose of a musical is about the music and the songs, right? That's the focus, that's the emphasis. And with the Bollywood movie, it's not. Like the focus is the story, and like there's still a really good story. There's a good plot. A lot of these movies are historical, and like the songs are just there. Like they're not
Hmm.
musicals, but they're just in the movie, if that makes sense. But it works. Like the India makes it work, and it's genius and it's magical. And
Hmm.
every time I see a wedding scene in Bollywood movies, like the music is like I don't understand Hindi. I understand a couple phrases I've learned, like oh, oh, how do you say "Aapka naam kya hai?" Like under or like "tike," like simple words. But whenever I hear like the wedding songs in those movies, I'm like, I have no idea what they're saying, but it sounds so romantic. It sounds so good.
Yeah, that's true. That's the
Yeah.
power
So
of
how?
Bollywood. It's absolutely correct. You know, you feel magical while watching those. all those
Hmm.
beautiful singing and dancing in a movie together. It's just lovely.
Absolutely. And then the colors, right?
Hmm.
So like there's just so many different colors. Like people are wearing different color clothing, the buildings and the cars are like all sorts of different bright colors. And then I'll look like I'm looking outside right now, and like in America, it's not like that. Everything's just like gray, brown, white, which is fine, but it's just for me, I think that's boring when after watching a Hollywood movie or a Bollywood movie. I'm sorry. So
Right.
India's awesome. I've never been, but I hope I get the chance to go someday.
Yeah, you should, of course, visit once. It's such a diverse country. Like, I only get sometimes fascinated by all the, it's so different, from North India and South India. Everything is
Yeah.
just so diverse and different and lovely.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And I also hear that there are actually many different languages and dialects spoken in India. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of languages.
And how many of them can you speak?
I can only speak three languages. I mean, two Indian languages, Hindi and Bengali,
Hmm.
and English. So I can speak three languages. But in India, there are a lot of people who can speak more than three languages.
Really?
Yeah.
So would you say that some of the languages are similar, like they're just it's the same language but a different dialect, or are some of the languages just completely different?
Yes, some are basically absolutely different. Like Hindi is totally different from Tamil. But
Okay.
there are some languages that kind of sounds the same. That is Hindi and Bengali, like the two languages that I can speak. They are
Hmm.
from the ancient language Sanskrit. So from there it has came both of them. Okay, some are same, but not entirely the same. So you
Hmm.
need to know all the words and all to learn that language if you want to. But Hindi is totally different from Tamil. And in South India there are so many other languages like Telugu, Malayalam, a lot of other.
And would you say Hindi is similar to Urdu? I know they speak Urdu in Pakistan, but are they kind of similar? The reason I ask is because like my best friend from Pakistan, his name is Fahad, and he speaks Urdu. He speaks English too, of course.
Hmm.
And I think he said he either speaks Hindi or he can still understand Hindi because he speaks Urdu. So I thought maybe they're similar enough to where even if you don't speak the language, you can still understand it.
Yeah, there can be some similar words. I need to
Mhm.
know Urdu for that, for knowing that.
Okay, yeah. I don't. He tried to teach me a little bit of Urdu, him and his sister, and I don't really, I don't remember any of them. But like his family's Muslim though, so like when I meet his mom and his dad, I greet them in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum, and they say, "Ah,
Mhm.
alaikum assalam," and I call his mom Ami and his dad Appa. But
Mhm.
besides that, like they tried to teach me a little Urdu, and I was like, I could probably learn it. I speak Chinese. That's the language that I study, and
Oh
Urdu's
wow.
Urdu is a beautiful like Urdu and Hindi. I would love to learn Hindi someday, but I would just need the motivation, I guess. Maybe if I was going to go to India to study or to go on vacation or something.
Right.
Yeah, and then you study English for school, is that right?
Yes.
So what's your goal? Is your goal to go to a good university, maybe in the UK or America?
Oh, well, basically, I just need a good university. It doesn't
Hmm.
depend upon the country, like
Hmm.
which country has better. I just want good teachers, good professors to teach me, and that is all I need.
Wow, you're not too picky. That's a good attitude to have, right? That's a good way to stay content.
Hmm.
Well, would you like to travel?
Oh, I love to travel, and I would basically love to visit USA once. I've seen so many videos, and it just looks so beautiful. And I, of course, would love to travel there and to UK as well once.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, if I ask you if you could visit anywhere in America, where would you like to visit? I hope you don't just say New York City.
No, I would love to visit the Grand Canyon because it's absolutely lovely. And then there is in San Francisco there is that Golden Gate Bridge, and I think
Hmm.
it looks really majestic. So I'd love to go there. I'd love to go to Las Vegas because it is such a colorful city. I have heard of it. Yeah, so these are
Hmm.
some of the. I would love to go to what is this name in Arizona in Grand Canyon. Basically, there are some very good places. I have actually seen a lot of videos. I don't know the names,
Hmm.
but I'd love to visit there. In Arizona, there are a lot of good places. So yeah, some of these.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned the Grand Canyon because that was going to be the first place I would recommend outside of like Los Angeles or New York City. I've
Mhm.
never been to the Grand Canyon myself, but I would love to visit there one day. But I have been to the Golden Gate Bridge. It's a really cool bridge, especially when you're driving on the bridge. Sometimes you
Okay.
might just feel a bit nervous if the weather's really windy that day because your car might shake just a little bit and you're like, oh no, like this is kind of scary, but it's really beautiful. Absolutely. I think you would like San Francisco.
Sure, of course. I'd love to go there once. And yes, of course, to New York once because I'd love to see the Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty with my own eyes.
Hmm. No, I understand. I wouldn't say don't go to New York City. The reason I said don't say New York City is because everyone in New York City. Like, oh, I want to go to New York
Yeah.
City. And I've been there and it's an awesome city. But I just think in my opinion, there's a lot cooler places to visit in
Hmm.
America besides just New York City. Because for me, you see one city, you've seen them all. At
Hmm.
least like in America, like the city, like maybe New York City would be different from like New Delhi or somewhere in that's
Hmm.
different because that's a different country, different architecture, different culture, different everything. But if you visit like one city in America, they pretty much all look alike.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So if you see New York City, you shouldn't think, well, I have to see Los Angeles now. It's gonna look almost the same, if that makes
Uh,
sense. But
yeah.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then you should do that. So I'm not trying to discourage you, but I'm just like this, like the Grand Canyon, the Golden Gate Bridge. There's different places in Arizona. There's ancient like mining towns there. You can see if you go to
Hmm.
Colorado, you can see the snow-capped mountains. You can go hiking and skiing. There's so many things you can do besides just visit cities that look alike. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How's the weather over there in India today?
Well, it's been pretty hot for a lot of days now. Like it's so hot and we cannot go to schools. It's
Hmm.
so humid even. Rain doesn't occur a lot. Today it did rain a little bit, but
Hmm.
again it turned into that same hot and humid weather. So it's pretty suffocating here. I hope this weather ends soon. That's true. I hate summer.
No, I'm with you there. I like summer for maybe 2 months and then I'm over it. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, can we go back to, does India have fall? A fall season?
The autumn, yes, it does.
The autumn?
A
So
little
do the
bit.
leaves change color?
Mhm, it does.
Oh, that's my favorite season.
Same. Autumn is always my favorite.
Yeah. What do you like to do during the fall season? Is there anything special you like to do during that time?
Oh, well, not that special. There is nothing special here for fall. Like I have heard in America, it's
Hmm.
actually such a beautiful place and everything. Nobody talks about it
Yeah.
much here, but I just love the weather. It's not too cold, not too hot, nothing. It's
Hmm.
just the best weather I can ever imagine.
Yeah, the wind feels nice and crisp. Have you heard this word
Mm,
crisp?
yeah.
So I really can't teach you anything. I was hoping I could teach you something, one thing, but your English is too good. But
Thank
in the
you.
fall here in America, we like to go to cider mills. Do you know what a cider mill is?
No.
I taught you something. Awesome. I'll type it for you. Cider mill. Cider mills are places that some of them are open all year, but it's specifically made for the fall, for autumn. And people like to go there and drink apple cider and eat cinnamon donuts. And it just, those two things, for some reason, they go really well together during the
Mm,
fall because people start to like wear warmer clothes, sweaters, they wear flannel shirts, and they sip on warm or cold apple cider, eat the cinnamon donuts, and they go walking on trails, look at the leaves. They carve pumpkins. It's the perfect. You should research that cider mills. Maybe if India has
obvious-
some, I highly recommend it. They're amazing.
Obviously, I would surely search about it, know about it a lot.
I believe you. Well, awesome job today. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I guess we are out of time.
Yeah, it was my pleasure to talk with you, and I would love to chat with you again sometime if you would like.
Yeah, same here. Have a good
All
day.
right. Thanks. You too. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good day.